Greetings to another video. So basically today I'm going to share like the weakest part of my cycling, and that is the off-bike stuff. I'm not a big fan of it, and I've put off doing this for about a month, and I'm like, I need to get into doing it. So I'm here with Alan. If you want to just introduce yourself, what you do, who you work with.
Yeah, okay. So I'm Alan, the cycling coach, which is pretty misleading because I'm not a cycling coach.
Strength and conditioning.
I'm a strength and conditioning coach who works in cycling among other sports. So I work with GB cycling team across all disciplines, so endurance, BMX, sprint, as well as lots of other sports.
I feel like I'm being guilt tripped into it because I was like, I need to get back into it. You work with all those incredible athletes, and I'm like, okay, I can manage a couple of times a week to go to the gym. And you're even saying like you don't even need to go to the gym. So we're gonna share some things with you because I feel like a lot of you out there will probably be doing similar, and like you're happy to ride, you know, your club rides. Like for me, Audax's overnight, but spending a couple of hours a week, not even that, is it? Like an hour?
Definitely not.
Maybe an hour a week, and I'm like, I just put it off. So I just feel like I would share your knowledge.
There's loads you can do at home, and strength training, it just depends on what you want out of strength training. If your goal is just to stay pain-free, injury-free, obviously you can't prevent crashes and stuff like that. But you know, the usual niggles like knees, lower back, shoulders, these are all things that can be addressed through a little bit of strength training at home, genuinely. And you can easily do that by just dropping in like a couple of half-hour sessions in the week. You know, maybe chop the end off a ride, God forbid, or find. Yeah, I know.
What?
I am asking a lot. But you'll feel the difference if you just stick to a program. And I think that's where, you know, you said that you've tried it before and kind of fallen out of it. You will feel it if you stick to it for, you know, 6-8 weeks and then months, and then just drip feed it in and keep it going. You will feel a difference because you'll be like, oh, I don't seem to have knee pain anymore. Yeah. Or like my lower back feels a lot better after 200k, and it used to just kind of give in. And that's entry level strength training that you can do at home, and it's kind of more around quality of movement and injury prevention. Can't really say prevention, but reduction, and just generally feeling a bit stronger on the bike. Then you've got like performance, you know, high force stuff and stuff that might help with higher power, higher peak power, stuff like that. That's a different thing.
That's the gym stuff. That's
separate. And I think people tend to tar it all with the same brush. They're like, you need to go to the gym. You know, if I want any benefit from strength training, I need to go to the gym for like 2 hours, 2 times a week. If you're a track sprinter, maybe, but if you just want to feel a bit stronger on the bike, if you just want to get rid of niggles, you don't really, you probably never need to see the inside of a gym, to be honest.
I'm not a big fan of gyms.
Yeah, people have relatively weak hips, and I always hear, like I've heard this so many times when I've been out on rides and just generally online and stuff, like, oh, you just need to go up hills in a big gear, that's strength training. It's not strength training. That won't strengthen your hips. When I talk about strengthening hips from a like injury prevention reduction perspective, I'm talking about like making sure that there's kind of minimal lateral movement of your knees and everything's moving as it should do. Because if you start introducing bad movement after like 100k and you're doing that several times a week, that's when you probably start to end up with knee issues. And I feel like the default reaction to like, oh, I've got a bit of a knee niggle will be like, I need to go and get a bike fit. Yeah. Amazing. Bike fits are amazing and absolutely necessary, and would always recommend them. But don't forget that you need to have a look at yourself as well.
And sorry, but Phil always says that the bike is adjustable and the person is adaptable. And that you need to be able to adapt your body to be able to get into different positions and just be more comfortable on the bike.
There is an argument that we just need to create better functioning human beings and just better athletes, and not just cyclists. It's not the most dynamic sport, you know, and we need to kind of mitigate some of the issues that might arise from just being a cyclist. So like the opportunity to do that in the gym or at home allows you to expose yourself to different planes of motion and make sure that you actually are able to control your hips. Like that's a massive one in cycling, just lack of ability to control your hips and lateral movement, and therefore that affects your knees. And you can't really strengthen that on the bike. Obviously, in fact, if you don't address it, you're probably maybe moving into some potential niggles and injuries. So you've got to do stuff like that at home, and you can do it easily in like half an hour. Like I keep coming back to hip strength because that's a big one. And a simple test you can do at home is like a single leg squat, and you're looking for like joint alignment, because that gives you an indication of like how strong your outside glutes are and things like that. So if you've got too much adduction, like if your knee's coming inside and you've got a bit of valgus, which is basically just when your knee kind of buckles in, that would suggest that you've probably got either you're not very good at that test, which does happen, or you've probably got fairly weak lateral glutes, which most people have. But generally, if you haven't strength trained, just do some basic kind of squat variations and your outside glutes will develop as well, because they're involved in that movement. I think people just jump into like full strength training straight away because it's like the sexy stuff, isn't it, or sexier stuff. But just if we just get the nuts and bolts right first, like, can you actually control your hips in a single leg squat? Like that, not many people can do that, and then they'll go straight into split squats and they'll never really identify whether that's an issue. So just get the nuts and bolts right first, and then you can move on to that stuff if you want to, and start to go to a gym. Or you might just be like, this is doing for me now, I don't have knee pain, my lower back's fine, so I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and that'll be me. Okay,
so shall we do the two things now? Test mine, test mine. Okay, and see how bad I am.
Okay, yeah, sure. Arms relaxed and by your side, you take 1 foot off the floor, and then I just want you to squat down to kind of like a half squat position, like that. One more.
This is so much harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Let me just do one more, because I feel like I'm warming up to it.
Alright, cool. Straight away, hands out, because you're having to provide yourself a balance rather than just have the strength in your hips to stop any movement.
Okay.
Knee starting to come in a little bit.
Okay.
You're adducting a bit, so like you're kind of shifting your center of mass, your weight over that foot, rather than just having the strength to control and keep your hips level. Loads of stuff, but it's not bad. No, but everyone has that. But that's the thing. No one's good at that stuff. Okay. That's why it's such a good test. Generally, everyone needs to strengthen their hips, and particularly like their outside glutes, their glute medius. The stronger you are, the better you are at withstanding fatigue, essentially. So as you get tired, your glute medius becomes even weaker, and external rotators, the muscles that are involved in abduction and just keeping everything in line, they get weaker and weaker, and therefore what's going to happen? Probably, your knees are going to move in a bit, and that's why generally a lot of people get pain on the inside of their knee. As well, one of the reasons, obviously bike fit's important, but like going back to my point earlier about addressing yourself rather not just defaulting to like, I need to change my cleats.
Got any questions, leave them in the comments. But we're going to film that now, aren't we? The basic at-home workout, and then go from there.
Cool.
But any questions, leave them in the comments. But thank you so much. Right, let's just try and figure out like how bad I am again.
No, you'll be fine. I
don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it is people.
Because you're in the Peppa Pigs again.
I know, yeah. I love it.
I think it looks a bit odd. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
What the hell?
What was that?
What?
It's too much electric. You've used it. You've used up your allowance.